This video is going to be a little more raw, a little more just me, my thoughts, and the camera, a little less editing. And the question today is, what is the most difficult part about living your lifestyle? So to go over what my lifestyle is, I kind of have two major aspects that make up who I am and how I live my lifestyle. The first is fitness. You guys know that. This is what this channel is all about. Being fit, living a healthy lifestyle, lifting weights, exercising. That's a big part of who I am in my daily life. And the second aspect of my life is my faith, my Catholic faith. That is the most important part of my life. I've never really talked about it on this channel before, but I want to talk about it now because it is the most important part of my life. My Catholic faith is what I try to keep central in everything that I do, and it's a major part of my life that everything really revolves around. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily difficult to have those two aspects of my life be the focus of my life, because those are two things that I feel are what make me a good person. I feel that those things are necessary for me to have a fulfilling life and a good life. So being involved in fitness and exercise and having Catholic Christian values central to my life and living that kind of lifestyle, I don't see as necessarily a challenge, because that's who I choose to define myself as. To be who I am and live the way that I do, there are things that are not a part of my life that are more common in other people's lives. For example, I follow a stricter diet. I try to eat healthier and eat more clean food, so I don't get to eat pizza and ice cream and those kind of fun foods as often, because as part of the lifestyle I live and trying to achieve the goals that I want to in my fitness lifestyle, I don't eat those more unhealthier foods that may be more fun but aren't necessarily productive towards my goal. And there are things like social events and parties and the type of activities that go along with those things that I choose not to partake in, and I choose not to have those as a part of my life, because it's not productive towards my goals in terms of fitness and making myself a better person, and also the type of negative activities like drinking and getting into sexual activity and those type of behaviors that might be made more acceptable by media and culture these days, I see as negative things because of my Christian faith, and I don't believe that those things are productive to me being a good person and a person that can impact and benefit this world by participating in those type of activities, because I don't think they will benefit me and make me a better person. And being a Catholic, I try to keep those values in my character and how I act and how I speak. So I try not to use bad language. I never swear. I try to be kind and respectful to other people, which isn't always the easiest thing, because nowadays not everyone has those values, and not everyone automatically just respects people and respects other people as a person, is kind to other people and considerate of other people. So it's easier sometimes to not keep those values central to your words and your actions, because it's not always around you, and it's easier to try to fit in with other people and do what other people are doing. And if that's not productive and positive towards other people, then it's easier just to go towards the negative language and the negative actions towards other people. So being a Catholic and keeping those values, keeping those positive values central to my words and actions, can be difficult in the sense that it's not the common culture all the time. But being the person I am and knowing that that's the right thing to do, it's not necessarily a challenge for me, because I know that I'm being a good person and I am living and acting and speaking the way that I know is right. And it does take a level of commitment to try to live the lifestyle that I'm trying to pursue. I mean, it isn't always easy trying to eat healthy and live by a strict nutritional protocol. I mean, I love pizza and ice cream and burgers and all that stuff. You guys have seen my eating challenges. I love to eat, but I know that eating that unhealthy food isn't what's going to be beneficial for me and isn't going to get me moving forward towards my goal all the time. And maybe going to the gym isn't the number one option that you would have in your spare time. If you have free time, you might want to go hang out with your friends or watch TV or do something that might seem more fun. But for me, I choose to go to the gym and move towards my goals and live this healthy lifestyle. And it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do, to try to keep yourself motivated and consistently moving towards your goals by choosing to live this lifestyle. But it's one that I choose to live because I know that it's going to make me a better person. It's going to move me towards my goals by living this lifestyle. So it makes it easier for me knowing that each time I choose to live the way that I do over something else that might be more commonly seen as fun, or it makes me know that what I'm doing is right, and it makes me feel less like I'm giving things up and less like I'm sacrificing to live the lifestyle that I live, which makes it easier to live the way that I do. And yes, it might be easier to eat pizza and ice cream and donuts and all that fun stuff. And yes, it might be easier to sleep in instead of waking up early and going to the gym. And it might be easier for you to only think of yourself and not respect others and care for others and use negative language and actions because that's what the culture around you is like. It might just be easier for you to act that way and speak that way. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what's easy, it matters what's right. And if you know that the way that you're living, the way that you go about your life and your lifestyle is something that you're proud of and you know that God wants you to be, then it doesn't matter what's easy. If you're living a right lifestyle, if you know that what you're doing is good and beneficial to you and others around you, then it doesn't matter. It's not a challenge because you know that you're being a good person and you're living a good lifestyle. So to answer your question, who wouldn't want more pizza in their life? But I'm proud of the person that I am and I love the life that I live. That's it for the video. I hope I answered your question effectively. As always, head down to the first link in the description to get your question answered on the next episode of Beast Talk. But until then, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.